Good morning and welcome students once again to our online channel of Winner Small Wonder Secondary School. We are taking tenses further once again. Today we are starting with past perfect tense. Now what is past perfect tense? Past perfect tense, it expresses an action completed before a given moment in the past. Now what does that mean? First of all, for step 1, action was started in the past. Second thing, it was completed in the past. Okay, so now let's look at the example for more clarification. The message came after he had left the office. So first of all, what happened? He had left the office. Okay, that one action happened. Then what happened? The message came. The third thing what happened is that we are reporting about the message to the other person. Okay, so all this, okay, so all these activities, the action of leaving the office and the message coming, when has it happened? It has happened in the past. Okay, so we are talking about an action about a given point of time in the past when that action has completed. Okay, so two things very important. There is completion and the starting of the action. These are the two things which are very important for past perfect tense. Let's look at the examples. I had done my homework before sunset. Now what does this mean? I have started doing my homework and I have completed it also before sunset. So when I am talking about it, the sunset time has already gone. Okay, so I am talking about it after sunset. The tailor had stitched our clothes well in time. The birds had flown to their nest just after sunset. We had played a hockey match before Sunday. You had come to school late that day. That day means not the present day we are talking about. It means the previous day or that day before that has already passed. So what is the rule? The rule says subject plus had. Like in present perfect tense, we were using two helping verb, has and have, for singular and plural. But over here, only one helping verb is used, and that is had for both singular and plural. Plus third form of verb. Third form of verb is, again, I told you in the last class also, with perfect we use third form of verb plus object. So this is your rule. It goes even with your sentences. Now let's look at the examples. They had helped us in every way by then. He had done his work very carelessly. She had already worn blue ribbons. It had rained heavily in July and August. The hound had chased the hare hotly. She had worked very hard at her lessons. We had faced all problems manfully. Now what is manfully? Manfully means bravely. Rana Pratap had kept his pledge all his life. Now in all these sentences, we are using the same rule for the past perfect tense. The completion of an action has been shown in all of these sentences. When I say she had worked very hard at her lessons, that means the process of working hard with her lessons has already been completed. Okay? The exercise, once again, you have to put in each blank suitable verb. Now the suitable verb includes your helping verb, the auxiliary verb, as well as your main verb. So you have to complete this sentence according to the rule. So please do all these 8 questions in your notebooks. The next part. Negative form of past perfect tense. So when the negative form comes, what do we add? We add not. So the rule becomes subject plus had plus not plus third form of verb plus object. Very important two things. One is your helping verb and your main verb. So these are the two things very important for knowing that which kind of role we have to use in what kind of sentences. Once you have a proper learning of all these rules, the understanding of this, then your most of the time 99% your question goes right. So there is no problem once you are done with your rules properly. Okay, now let's look at this picture. The past perfect tense, the action finished before another action of time in the past. Now it is showing us a picture, and it is explaining the point of time we are talking about in the past. Michael had already jogged by the time we ate. Okay, so Michael, you can see the Michael is jogging over here and we are eating. So all this is happening in the past. Now is the present time, and future we are not related with the past. Okay, so you can see that you can relate this example with the picture so that you can have a proper understanding of the sentence with the picture. So it is clearly telling us that Michael had already jogged by the time we ate, means all this is happening in the past. He is jogging, and the process of eating is also, you can see a burger is kept in the picture. So it is showing you that the time that when the eating was done in the past. So this kind of proper given moment to mention in the questions, we can use past perfect tense. Now let's look at some more examples. I had done my homework before sunset. I have not done my homework before sunset. The tailors had not stitched our clothes in time. The birds had not flown to their nest after sunset. We had not played a hockey match before Sunday. So we have added not to make our sentences negative. Now the examples. You had not come late to school that day. They had not helped us in any way. He had not done his work carefully. She had not worn blue ribbons that day. It had not rained heavily by then. The hound had not chased the hare hotly. India had not defeated Pakistan in 1971. The Rajputs had not won a glorious victory. So we have added not to make our sentences negative in the rule. Again, the exercise for you all, exercise 20. You have to change the affirmative sentences into negative one. Very simple. You just have to add not with all these 8 sentences to make them negative. Okay, so please do this as homework for today. Now, the third part, that is interrogative form of past perfect tense. So what is going to happen? The helping verb will come in the beginning of your rule. Okay, so see, before subject your helping verb is coming, so your rule becomes had plus subject plus third form of verb plus object plus question mark. Okay, so this is the rule. Please learn all these rules, note down in your notebooks, have a quick revision of all of these, because this is the main part of your tenses. Please understand, if you want to know, if you want to learn, if you want to have a proper correction of your English, of your tenses, please learn all these rules. These are very, very, very important. Okay, now let's look at the examples. Had I done my homework by 4 p.m.? Had the tailor stitched the clothes in time? Had the birds flown to their nests? Had we played a hockey match? Had they helped us in any way? Okay, so these are all the questions. Let's look at the tabular form. Had he eaten at that restaurant? Had she eaten at that restaurant? Had we eaten at that restaurant? Had they eaten at that restaurant? Had I eaten at that restaurant? Had you eaten at that restaurant? Okay, so with all these nouns, whether it's singular or whether it's plural, you can see we are only using one helping verb, and that is had. Now let's look at the examples of interrogative form. Had she established her company before 2008? Had he played football until last week? Had I fallen asleep before 8 o'clock? Had he put the dog on the leash when we got there? Okay, so see, one thing very important. It is telling an exact point of time in the past of what we are trying to express through a sentence. So now let's see the fourth one. What I mean is, Had he put the dog on the leash when we got there? So it is telling a proper time, a given moment in the past, like you have seen in your definition. It says, it talks about a given moment in the past. Okay, so when we got there, at that point of time, the dog was put on the leash. Okay, so this way it is telling the exact point of, not the exact, but a proper given moment in the past. Had the bus just left when we got to the stop? Again, this is the same kind of sentence. When we got to the stop, at that point of time, has the bus left? Had the bus left? Okay, like this. Had I just gone outside when it started to rain? Had Jenny lived in California before moving to Texas? Had the cat chased the bird before it flew out of the yard? Again, exercise for you all. 3 exercises again for you all. Affirmative to interrogative sentences. You just have to put the helping verb in the beginning of your sentence. So this is how you need to complete again 3 exercises today. Please go through my lectures again and again. If you do not understand anything, solve all the questions, because once you'll solve the question, then you will know that where you are going in doubt. Okay, so please go through again all my lectures, the previous ones also, and try and revise and get a proper grip of all the tenses. Okay, this is again me signing out. Stay home, stay safe, and study well. Thank you very much, students. Have a great day.